Back row Ministry of War Permit, Mr. Mockley coming back at you live and direct. Just wanted to do a quick piece that I saw on Newsmax with Mr. Rob Smith. And Newsmax is one of these conservative corporation media network that tries to appeal to the conservative audience along with Fox News. And just like the other corporation lackeys, be it CBS, be it NBC, see the tear coming from the all-seeing eye of CBS, they all continue to bow down to their Israeli handlers. So Ta-Nehisi Coates was on a CBS morning show, I believe, talking about his new book. And was interviewed by one of the CBS journalists there, and basically had to put the CBS journalists in place. And best believe that the corporation news media, or as Professor Griff used to call them, the maniac European devils in action, do not like this at all. They bow down to their Israeli handlers. They crawl for their Israeli handlers, and you can't say anything about Israel. Once I said this before. This war is not a Jewish thing. Like I said, there are millions of Jews throughout the world, different races, ethnicity, colors coming from different places. This is a corporate, state-ran ploy and move to gain as much power as possible. Like I say, Mr. Netanyahu came back in the office and just created all this havoc, started all this confusion, and keeps it going. And the American government, of course, is going to back this along with the other governments of the world that give Israel the seal of approval to act a damn fool and kill women and children. It's perfectly okay when they're doing it because they're the victims. So let's see what Rob says about Ta-Nehisi Coates, who's a historian and has done a lot of research on Israel and the beginnings of Israel and the Israeli state. Now, remember, the Israeli state has only been around for 75 years. Let's see what he says about him.
A rare moment of normalcy when morning host Tony DeCopel actually went after a radical left-wing, anti-Israel, anti-white author that was on his show. Ta-Nehisi Coates is a typical race grifter, endlessly pushing the 1619 Project and reparations, working every day to gut our country with cultural Marxism, working tirelessly to inject the plague of victimhood into Western black culture.
So you see how he kind of throws these labels around. So one thing about guys like Rob Schmidt and Newsmax, they always want to point the face of white supremacy to the South. They always want to do that. These are special people. So they always want to point the finger towards the brothers in the South and say, see, they're the special people. But see, they never talk about themselves. So he's labeled this brother just because this brother does not agree with the war in Israel, just because this brother has talked about the detriment of the creation of the Israeli state. He's a anti-white, anti-Israel, anti-white. He has to throw that in there because he's got to make him an evil person. You know, for his handlers, he has to make them evil. Now, Mr. Smith probably doesn't go to church. Mr. Smith is probably not a religious guy. And it kills me that all these guys are so religious, have never probably looked at the Torah a day in their life. But they're super religious when it comes to Israel and the holiness of the state. Ask them when the last time they've been to Mass. They're super religious when it comes to this. But you're going to attack this brother for talking about some of the truths about the establishment of Israel. Remember now, in the 1600s, there was no Israel. In the 1700s, there was no Israel. In the 1800s, there was no Israel. 75 years in a region where some of these countries, some of these places have been there for centuries. And Jerusalem, the place, has been there for centuries. Israel is a created place. It's a creation. They made it up. Israel, as we learn, is a people and not a place. Once again, Israel is a people in the holy books and not a place. Israel will always survive because it never was a place. It was always people. So they created this place. And now they feel that due to this creation, they can justify anything that goes on over there, good or bad. And right now, it's all bad. And no creator has told any man who claims to be a follower of the scriptures to murder women and children, to murder each other. And this is where we are. And guys like Rob Smith and Newsmax, along with Fox News, they like to sell Ukraine getting money, migrants getting money, but they won't talk about all the $38 billion over the next 10 years already signed into play that Israel's going to get over the next 10 years. Could be going to storm issues and FEMA and help us when hurricanes hit. They're not going to talk about that money. The only money they're going to talk about, well, Kamala and Biden gave this money to Ukraine. Kamala, and they're giving this money to the migrants. Okay, so what about all the money that has been going to Israel for years? All the presidents have done it. Even Trump, he in line. You seen him the other day. He in line. He got his mouth puckered up. And Trump is dangerous for Israel because Israel really does not know where Trump stands. Trump may not be who they think he is. Remember, Trump is on a mission and we don't know what this mission is. Trump is a Jesuit at the end of the day. And is he secretly there for the hostile takeover of Israel by the Christians or the Catholic Church and the Jesuit order? So we don't know which way this thing is going. There should be no trust from the state of Israel towards anybody over here. Because remember now, they gave you the stamp of approval. They can quickly take it away. But the thing that gets me with the Rob Smiths of the world is the labeling of this brother, the attacking of a black man the minute that he stands up for something, the minute that he doesn't go along with the plan. Now, they want black men to vote for Trump. Oh, they all, yes, yes, yes. But the minute that black man says reparations, because he hit him on the reparations piece. Let's get a little bit deeper. He's going to hit him on the reparations.
Coates was invited on by the new woke CBS that we've gotten used to celebrate his new anti-Israel book. CBS helping Ta-Nehisi Coates spread its message and catapult his sales. Tony DeCopel, though, had a bit of a different cultural Marxist, wasn't a very...
Okay, and they call him a corporal Marxist. And once again, he's anti-Israel, He's anti-Israel. Is he anti-Israel or is he anti-war? Because immediately Smith had to make it white and black. He had to go straight to his only card, his racist card, because he's a fucking racist. So he goes right to the racist card. See, black people hate Israel. No, black people hate war. Black people hate destruction. Black people hate murder. We live in these environments every day. We see the detriment that it causes and the things that it does and how it leads families. So we're not going to stamp killing women and children and then put the banner of spirituality on top of it. These folks are not spiritual. These folks do not walk with the Creator. They walk straight with the Shaitan. You see how they play with the Eye of Horus in the back. They walk straight with the Shaitan. They don't care about people. They care about nothing but themselves and any demonism they can do. But guys like Rob Smith, Newsmax, they'll sit there and act like, oh yeah, we're not like the rest of them, make America great again. Make America great again. They care about America until it comes to Israel. And then they give you half the story. And then they go talk to people in the South and some of these spots like that, beef them up, and use hate to get them to co-sign $38 billion that could have went to them for the hurricane assistance. To go fight a war and help support the war. Because remember now, Israel ain't firing at Iran. Remember Iran shot at them? They ain't shooting over there. They over there fighting Beirut. Then Yahoo talking all that big boy shit, but he ain't got no heart when it comes to firing at Iran. He ain't shooting over there. He's shooting at Beirut. He ain't got no heart. He needs us to fight Iran. He needs us to fight him because he know he can't beat him by himself. And now he getting out of control. He messing up where he ain't going to have no support in a minute. So they hate the truth and they hate when people of color and black men in general are intelligent and speak up and say something and point out things that they don't feel we have the right to point out because Negroes stay in your place. Just like the Democratic Party, this Republican Party is no different. They're Negroes stay in your place. As long as you down with our agenda and you don't support Kamala, you're fine with us. But the minute you go against our we love Israel policy, we love war, we love murder, we love killing policy, we got a problem with you. The minute you start speaking about how you were the victim in America, how slavery impacted your family and you need reparations, they got a problem with it. But they'll go out and give $38 billion to people that don't stay here. This is the hypocrisy of these people. So with me, it ain't just one party. It's all of them because they're all birds of a feather. They all flock together. You got one who just expects you to vote for them because you're black. Then the other one that's just full of a bunch of lying, scoundrelous, piece of shit, hypocritic, demonic bastards. And that's the Republican Party. Full of lying, scandalous, demonic bastards who just want you to co-sign for any foolishness. And the first thing they say, well, we're going to make America great again, but let's give this $38 billion over to Israel. And the minute that you stand up and say something, you're a problem. You don't agree with our game plan. You even see Australian news over there bowing down to the Israeli handlers. What the hell they got to do with what's going on with Israel? Hell, what the hell Sky News, Sky Australia got to do with what's going on here? What the hell is going on with them when they can't focus on their own shit? So I respect Brother Coates for speaking up. I respect Brother Coates for having some balls to go up against the Israeli state. I respect those people in Israel that are starting to stand up against their own state, their own government, because they're seeing things are corrupt and bad. Things are getting dangerous for people in the Jewish community over here based on things that's going on in Israel right now. Like I say, it's not a Jewish thing. This is an Israeli state thing where they're not caring about the people in the community and how it can affect the people in the community by how they're making these decisions. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Because it's more than just one religious group in Israel. We got Christians, we got Muslims, we got Jews. Everything that state, that government does is going to affect all those religious groups. All of them. It's going to affect people who just live there. Just because you're in Israel don't mean you're in a religious group. You just live there. It's going to affect them. But these folk don't care about it. Rob Smith, he don't stay in Israel. You think he give a fuck if they blow the hell out of Israel? He don't stay there. He'll talk shit. Yeah, I'm on your side. Until they tell him not to be on your side. Then he'll talk about you like a dog. Watch Rob. Watch when the things change and how he talks about Israel like a dog. It's coming. Remember, they took you and put you on the top. They can't wait till you get on the bottom so they can put you down. That's just how they do it. Remember, at one point, America was pro-German. It was pro-German right before World War II, and then it switched. Who's to say it won't switch again? This is how they play the game. This is how the elites play the game. You got to watch them. So it don't matter if you're a Republican. It don't matter if you're a Democrat. You play the same game. So us, as black Americans, we ain't playing no game because y'all ain't gave us nothing. The minute that we say, hey, where's our reparations at? You tell us get in the corner, darky. Shut up, darky. No, you can't be intelligent, Brother Coates. No, you shouldn't be doing history and knowing about the world. You should just be a good darky. Disagree with the Democrats and come over here with us because we know what's better. We're real Americans that bow down to Israel. This is what it's all about. Mr. Moxie Back Road Ministry, peace and